All right, so I wanted to do a quick little live here, kind of go over a couple things here. Um, I've been working on some stuff for my 3D printed truck, the 124 scale, and here in just a moment, I'm going to show you a couple things that I've actually been working on. So I have a new file, and I'm not real good at this, so I'm still kind of learning. Um, I made this in an Autodesk mesh mixer. I'm trying to get it pulled up here so I can turn the camera around here and show you here. This is well, it's going to be the new chassis. So I'm going to turn it around here. Bear with me here, guys. So that is what I'm looking at here. So this is going to be the new chassis um, for the 124 truck. Very similar to what I already have, as you can tell. The ass end's cut off here, which is what I really wanted. But in the front here, I'm going to cut off a lot of the fluff up there. So basically, I'm taking it back to somewhere around here to cut that whole front section off because some of the stuff drags when I try to crawl. I did some improving on the inside here, the interior. Instead of having so much garbage right here, I think I'm just going to remove some of that, and then some of what's under the hood here, I'm going to remove some of that. Kind of give myself a little more room to put ESC, put battery, whatever else I want in there. Because as you can see right now, it's kind of stuffed. It works. It works great, but kind of go over a little more here in a minute. As you can see, I'm 3D printing it. I went ahead and went with the blue. I think that'll be a pretty decent color. Obviously, I'm going to change out the whole panels and everything here. And I've got an idea for this guy here that I'll share once I get this one buttoned up here. So let me put you back up here. Kind of go over a couple more things here. So I got kind of like a jank setup going on right here. So I hope you guys can all see me. So with what's going on there, I'm also thinking very, very hard about some different shocks. So the shocks that I have on here now, as you can see, they're the I think there's a hot racing. Yeah, these are the hot racing ones. They're okay. They do a decent job, but they're not the most fantastic thing in the world. Um, I feel like I could get better flex um, and just overall general performance out of other things. On the bottom here, you can see I had to play around with this link and kind of go with some different. I don't remember what that was, a barrage or something. And then over here, you can see where I got like some threaded pieces here. So I did a lot of making of my own links here because what came in the kits that you buy, they don't exactly work. You have to kind of tailor it up for, whenever you make something custom like this, you have to. So this guy here has the Emax servo in there, and it's the Emax. What is that guy? ESO8MA. It's a great little servo. I really like it. And as you can see, I have not done the. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, I forgot. I did the modification of the steering on this one too. I thought, and I still had to do this one, but I guess it's the barrage that I haven't done yet. So it kind of gives you a little tighter steering on everything there. But as you can see, like I said, this is going to be quick. So if people join, that's great. If they don't join, I'm sure they can watch it later. I got a lot of stuff like that anyway, where people will end up watching it later. This is probably going to end up going on Instagram, maybe even TikTok. I got a lot of stuff that I post up there. I get a lot of interaction versus YouTube. I think a lot of stuff gets lost in YouTube, so I seem to have better luck on the other platforms. But I still dabble on the YouTube as well. So, but back to this here. There is some undercarriage work that I want to do here. As you can see on the bottom, those pieces right there. I want a little better setup. Those kind of turned out a little rough. They work well, but it's just kind of a little rough. And then the placement of the holes for the track here on the shocks, I want those a little bit cleaner. So I'm kind of just getting a little more meticulous about the truck. I want to kind of clean it up a little bit, make like a version 2, if you will. Um, Getting rid of some of the junk and fluff like up in here. Sometimes this stuff gets caught on the rocks, mainly on the bottom, which, isn't a terribly large problem to have. In the back, it was very, very noticeable. So as you can see now that I got it cut off, it's not going to rub anything there. So that was definitely the right move to go in the rear. And the new setup too, I cut the center pieces out here. I cut them out here. I think I cut some of these other ones out too because it's just too much support in there, which is, it works out good, but you don't really need all that for what this scale is here. It's just kind of overkill. So I got rid of a lot of that. I'm still looking for ideas on which ways to go with this in the future. As you can see, I have a wider stance on here. I 3D printed some wheels that turned out, they look like crap. I think, but everybody I show them to thinks that they look great. I don't like personally the way that they look, but they do a great job. As you can see, it's quite a bit wider. So it takes the 1/24th platform and it almost makes a 16th or whatever scale out of it. And, it's kind of short on the wheelbase for that kind of a scale, but for crawling and stuff, I mean, this thing is just a little beast. It's definitely my favorite crawler, even out of the bigger ones. I was really proud of this. Made this from scratch. Obviously there's some pieces on here like the axles and stuff. They're SCX24 axles, but it turned out fantastic. So I'm looking to do some upgrades, which is what this live was all about. And also, before I get any further, I wanted to kind of mention this too. I've mentioned this before on my TikTok and Instagram. I don't know that I've showed it on YouTube, so I figured while I was here, I'd go ahead and go over it. I'm going to be going and building this. This is a builder's kit for the Orlando Hunter. Got some really cool stuff in here, guys. I mean, it's a little badass setup. So this is going to be the body. Look how small that thing is. Let's get a comparison going here. Look at that. Pretty small, ain't it? So it's going to be kind of fun to play around with. This is the ESC and stuff that I had chosen to use. It is I think it's a 10 or 15 amp. Let me see if I can tell here. 10 amp. So this is a 10 amp ESC. Here's the motor that I chose to go with. It's got a nasty little reduction there. So that should give me some good low end crawl. I'm hoping anyway. So I'm pretty happy with that right there. Now we'll see how it performs. On the little test that I've done so far, it seems like it's going to be fantastic. So I'm kind of excited about it. I'm debating on whether I'm going to do a build series on this because, as many of you know with me, I don't really like a build series. I think they're boring. I don't like to do videos that is something that I wouldn't watch. So, for example, I have this guy back here. Let me get you down here. So I have this guy right here. I really like everything about the Baja setup. The only problem that I have is I started a build series on it, and a lot of people ask me why I don't show, what I'm doing with the actual pieces when I put them on. It's not really my way of doing it. I don't like, again, the boring parts. So if I'm sitting there wrenching all day long, to me, that's exciting. I don't mind doing it, but you guys don't want to see all that. So that's why my build videos are quite a bit different. So that's coming along pretty good. I've got the Orlando Hunter. I still have some parts coming for my Traxxas / drag build. That's going to be the street eliminator concept. That one has been a little bit harder to get some parts that I needed, so I kind of chilled out on that. Plus, we got kind of busy with winter, and where I work at, they're moving plants, and hours got kind of slow. We got some really nasty weather that came in, so a lot of stuff kind of held me down. So in the meantime, too, I also bought a Red Cat shredder, kind of in pieces. It's a slider roller kind of setup. It needs a few things, most of which I have. But there again, I got all kinds of projects going on. So with this one here, this is another project that I had started that I probably shouldn't have started yet, but that's okay. And I also have this little guy here. This is the one that if anybody's watching the videos, you'll see it here soon. Bringing Nitro back to life. It is a Red Cat, and this little guy is actually pretty cool. It needs some little TLC. It needs a little love, but a good tune and a couple good pieces and stuff, and that'll be a decent running little truck. I'm not sure that I'm going to keep it. I may, do some trading and stuff with it because I have others that I like over there now, and I was trying to work towards specific models, but kind of make a decision later because, typically when I start building and wrenching on something, I kind of fall in love with it, and then I just want to keep it. So hopefully that don't happen because I got a lot of them. But anyway, back to this one here. So again, most of you guys are probably going to watch this later. So if you have any ideas for this, anything that you think could be added, taken away, whatever, I'm all open for suggestions. This guy went from being just a indoor crawler to I even use it outside now, isn't it? I mean, it does a fantastic job. So what I'm eventually going to do with this is somebody else is going to end up getting this, and hopefully they enjoy it as much as I did, and I'm going to move on with the upgrades and continually get better. So we'll call this one like version 1. But yeah, we'll go over that stuff later once I get some ideas on how to upgrade this and which way to go with it. I got a few ideas now, so that's what I'm working on. So we'll go ahead and end this now, but if you guys have any suggestions, places to get parts, tires, whatever, I've got a plethora of tires everywhere. I've tried a lot of different things, so these are the ones that I kind of like with this setup here. They're not exactly the best, but they're good enough. The Thornbirds, I really like the Thornbirds, but the Thornbirds are so much smaller, and I don't like the size of them. So like I said, if anybody has any ideas, just comment down below. Send me an email. A lot of people like to use the email, which is fine. And I'll get cracking on whatever else I could do with this thing here. So should be a lot of fun, guys. When this thing gets printed out, I'll probably post some stuff on Instagram, TikTok for you to check out. So just look at the channel there at the bottom of the banner. You'll see all my links, websites, whatever else that I've got up there. I even got some merchandise up there. So you get a chance, check all that stuff out, and be looking at Instagram and TikTok. See you later, guys.